Live.
Mhm. Can they see me?
Yeah, they can see.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm here. Can you see me? Hello? Is anybody there? Hey Terrell. Hey Terrell. Hey Adam. Hey Ashley. Marzina. Julia Sykes. What's up, guys? Can they see me? Hey. Hey guys. I'm here. Can you see me? Turn it off. Hey, Rashawn. Thank you all for joining. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry that you guys had to wait. But we're going to get into it today. Yes, we are. And you all know that this is my second live. But I'm really not that good at this, so be patient with me. I'm going to answer all you all's questions, okay? And I'm going to really try to pay attention to what you guys are asking me. Hey, Rashawn. Said, hey, Auntie. Um, I'm gonna answer your questions, and you're gonna hear me speak. I'm trying to read everything at one time, and I can't. Everybody's writing. Okay, I'm gonna get everybody on with me. Come on, guys. Come on. A few more seconds. We got people coming. Got a lot of people coming on. Okay. Thanks for the heart, Mazina. Hey, Sister Sincere. Angelique. Hey, Angelique, how are you? Everybody's coming. Okay. Let's see. Hey, Christopher Lewis. Thank you. Thank you, Unapologetic. Thank you, Jada Woodward, Christopher Lewis. Valeria, my girl. How are you? It's good to see you. I love you so much. Hey, T-Hot. Okay, Keisha. Sylvia Curry. Keisha Davis. Hey, Hakeem. My nephew's on. Nadia. Nadia Bell. Hey, Nadia. Phaedra. Hey, Faye. MJ Murrell. Come on, Curtis Gatson. All right. Cendrika. Mimi Angel. Sharon Springs. Vicala. Jamie McDonald. Sharon Springs. NP. NP King. Michelle Clark. All right, I got my folks on. My family's on. I want to give a shout out to my family, Angelique Pickett, NP King, and T Hot, the one and only. Thank you all. I'm trying to gear up and get in good spirits right now. I've been really, really, really down, honestly. And I'm trying to stay in good spirits. It's so hard. It's so hard. But thank God I got you guys to support me. This is so important. It's so important. Um, I wanted to talk about, I know last week when I left off, I talked about how, um, I talked about the fact that Nick he is the one that beat Chrissy. I know a lot of people are rooting for him. First of all, can you guys hear me? I need to know that before I continue. Somebody write, yes, I can hear you. to let me know that you guys can hear me, please, before I start talking, because I don't want to talk. And you guys are not hearing me. Can somebody tell me if I can't see? Let me see. Can you all hear me? Nobody? Yes, I can hear you. Okay. You all can hear. Oh, wait a minute. That's one. Okay, you all can hear me. Okay, good. Okay, so we talked about how Nick was the person that um, beat Chrissy. Okay, he did. He beat Chrissy. He beat her bad down in her living room. He beat her in front of all of the witnesses that were there, which includes Mason, Max, Mason or Max, one of them. Danielle was present. So my thing is, it's so much that you guys don't know. But let me just tell you this. First of all, Nick and Pat both were the two main people that were there when Bobby Christina and Whitney's bodies both came up. So these two people were present at the same time, the very same time of both deaths. So something's wrong with that picture. And then the stories that they're given, it's mixed match, and it doesn't make sense. I can't tell you everything that's in the book, but I'm going to go over some things with you. I know a lot of people like Nick. I know that you do, but Nick really did beat Bobby Christina down. He beat her really bad. He beat her so bad, and she didn't know what was going on. He actually had a tape recorder at the time. He was taping her, and he was listening. He had her phone tapped so he could listen to her conversations. But I do want to say this. I wish that I could have been there for Bobby Christina. I wish that she could have reached out to me, because I would have come and gotten her. That day, Bobby Christina called people in the family. She called my niece Mimi, the one that is on the show with her. She called her and begged her to come and get her that day because she didn't feel right. She felt like something was wrong, something was going to happen. And Mimi, the same person that stood in the media and called me crazy, she told her, no, I'm not coming to get you. So I don't know if those were Pat's orders or what, but that's what she told her. And the last person that Bobby Christina called was Josh. Now, I spoke with Josh myself. Josh was coming to get her, but unfortunately, Nick got to the house first. And I guess he listened in, he heard the tape, watched the video, and knew that if Chrissy left that house that day, she was not going to come back because she had planned on leaving him. So then he began beating her. He beat her down bloody in that living room. And all of her friends, instead of helping her, they allowed him to do that to her. And then that's when she ended up in the bathtub upstairs. But when the authorities came in there, they didn't do anything. And we're talking about Atlanta, Georgia, where if you do so much as call somebody on the phone and say that you threaten them, you're going to jail in Georgia. That's just how it goes down in Georgia. You go to jail. If somebody picked up the phone and called you in the state of Georgia and said, I'm going to hurt you when I see you or whatever, and you hung up that phone and called the police is coming to arrest that person. So why did they not arrest Nick or Danielle or usually when they come in and they separate you. Both of their story, all the stories were conflicting, so I don't know why they did not arrest Nick for this. Nick did literally beat Chrissy down, knocked her teeth out of her mouth, pulled her hair, drug her up the stairs. Like I said, when I went to the hospital to see her, I noticed that somebody had to pull her hair because her weave was pulled all the way back. It was pulled all the way back on her head. So, Nick is guilty of that. But Chrissy she could have been saved from there. The hospital told us that she would be okay. Chrissy was not in a coma for all that time. Her eyes were open. Her eyes were open every day. I don't think it was a time that I visited her in the hospital or hospice and her eyes were closed, other than the fact that she was when she was in the coma in the beginning. But after that, Chrissy was up. Her eyes were open. She was watching TV. Every day she was watching TV. And as a matter of fact, my sister Tina and I went to hospice one day. And when we walked in, Tina says, "Hey, Chrissy." She said, "Auntie Tina's here." And Chrissy just looked up in the air. And then I said, "Chrissy, Auntie Lily's here too." Before I could get my name out of my mouth, Bobby Christina went like this. And she kept trying to communicate with me. She kept trying to talk, but mucus was coming out of her mouth. So the doctor ran over and was clearing it. And Tina and I just started crying. Tina said, "She's trying to communicate with you, Lily." She was trying to tell me something then. And I told her, I said, "Chrissy, don't talk. It's okay. I understand. I know what you want to say. And I already know what happened. And I'm gonna go after them. I know who did this to you." So then she just rested, but she looked right at me. She looked me dead. She took everything in her and lifted her head up to see me. And the doctor even said it. He said, "My God, she's trying to communicate with you." Bobby Christina did this with Dr. Jolly Harris too. Okay, he did this with Dr. Jolly Harris too. She did this with Dr. Jolly Harris too. But I just want to say that we know that Nick did that to Bobby Christina. And I know that somebody killed Whitney. Okay. There is no way on this earth that Whitney is going to, first of all, be in a hotel anywhere without security. And she does. When Whitney goes out of town, when she went out of town, she would have 2 security men, and they would do 12-hour shifts. So where was security at? Where was security when Whitney was in her hotel room? How did somebody get in there? Because Whitney's security told me personally. He said, and his exact words were, "Lily, whoever went in there to hurt Nippy, they tore that room up. It looked like a tornado hit it." That's what he said to me. So where was you, Ray? How did somebody get in there? I don't understand that. How did somebody get into Whitney's room? Because you have to do 12-hour shifts. So how did somebody get by you? See, that doesn't make sense. And then for Pat to walk down the hall after she sees somebody crying and say that something's wrong with Whitney, she just says, "Call the police," as if you knew what was wrong. Come on. And then you sit on Oprah and you tell Oprah all these lies. First of all, you came out with the first lie, that you was her manager. I knew right then and there when you lied and told that lie, we knew something was wrong, because there has to be a reason why you would lie to the world and say you was her manager. You was never her manager. You wasn't even her assistant. Now, I'll give you that though. But something's very wrong with this picture. And we're going to get to the bottom of it. But I'm asking the authorities to step up to the plate and do something. You got two dead people. I don't care how many years it's been. We haven't gotten justice yet. And where there is no justice, there will never be no peace. No, we have not gotten peace. I'm not comfortable with my family members being taken from me like that. I don't care who's comfortable with it. No. And for those of you that are saying Let Whitney rest. Let her rest. Let her have peace. She's not resting because she has not, there's no justice. There's no justice. So how can there be peace? And I'm a peaceful person. I'm a peaceful person. I'm not the type of person that looks for trouble. That's not who I am. I am so saddened that I don't have my sister here and I don't have my niece here with me anymore because somebody decided to take their lives because of what they have, the money that they have. That's what this is all about. Let's keep it real. That's what it is all about. And it's so unfair. And I wish that whoever did this, whoever the person is that literally did this, and I'm with Whitney, we know who did that with Bobby Christina. Whoever you are, I'm praying that you get some kind of help. Maybe repent with God. I mean, I don't know if you're ever going to be caught, if you're ever going to get arrested for it. But it is very clear to me that my sister and my niece was both murdered. Yes. And it's so unfair. It is so unfair. And now I see why Whitney left me to be over Bobby Christina's estate. I see why. And I'm going to tell the world, I'm going to talk about that too, because that's a big thing. I know everybody's heard me say that over and over again, that I signed papers, and I tried to stand up and say this when Bobby Christina was in the hospital in hospice. But my brother Bobby was, I was, grieving with him and for him so much that I didn't want to bring that up. I talked to my other brother about it, and he thought it was the best thing to do was not even go there with Bobby. But Bobby and I could have stood together and fought this thing. It would have only been right. But my whole thing was I was trying to save Chrissy's life. And if I had have taken, went further in claiming to be over Bobby Christina's estate, I could have saved her. But I left it in my brother's hands. He told me it would be all right. He said, back up, Lily, it'll be okay. I got this. We moved Bobby Christina from one hospital to the next, and Bobby Christina had revealed to him that she did not want any Houston near her. So that was the reason for us moving Bobby Christina to the other hospital. But then when we got her to the other hospital, Bobby let the same people back in there. And I begged him not to. I said, Bobby, please don't let them back in there in that hospital, because they're going to do something to Chrissy. And in my eyes, I believe that somebody did do something to her again, because the doctors told us that Bobby Christina would be fine. She would be fine. They say after a while, she'll be fine. So if we kept everybody away and taking care of her, Bobby Christina would be here right now. But no, we let the Houstons back in there. And then Bobby Christina's health started going down, and then she went right directly into hospice. That was so ugly to me. That was so tragic, because she was doing well. But it's just so much. It is so much. Yes, somebody said Whitney is not resting. She was murdered. Shanice Young. Yes, that's right. She was murdered. Have I considered hiring a private investigator? I have been my own investigator. I have been to, in the beginning when I was trying to claim, be over Bobby Christina's estate, I wanted to do that. I wanted to get a hold of that because I wanted to be able to make decisions on her life. I did not want them to go in there and pull the plug on her. But like I said, they asked me to back up and let my brother handle it. And out of respect for my brother, I had to do that. I had to, because I didn't want Bobby to be mourning any more than he was, have to mourn any more than he was. So I was kind of trying to protect Bobby too. But in the end, we lost Chrissy. I thought that he was going to save her. I really did. I thought that he was going to keep them away and that we were going to bring Chrissy home. I would have taken care of her. But Dr. Jolly, I know you all seen the tape where Dr. Jolly Harris, and as a matter of fact, I talk to Jolly Harris all the time. And he's very upset, still upset to this day. He doesn't want to even talk to anybody but me. Dr. Jolly Harris was in the room with Bobby and Pat, and he performed miracles in front of their eyes on Chrissy. And Pat was the only one that voted to kill Chrissy. She wanted Chrissy dead. She said that Chrissy would not want to live if she couldn't sing and dance. Chrissy wasn't thinking about singing and dancing, Pat. We all knew that. That wasn't important to Chrissy. No, it wasn't. It was not important to her. So all that she wanted to she couldn't live unless she sung and danced. That wasn't Bobby Christina. Bobby Christina cared nothing for that at all. But Dr. Jolly Harris performed miracles right there. And when he did, Pat said, no, I am voting for Bobby Christina to die. Let's just kill her. But the thing is, they didn't just kill her. You heard what Dr. Jolly said. He said it was I don't even want to say it. They starved her to death. Mm-hmm. Yes, they did. I've been saying this, and nobody's listening. But I'm revealing some deep stuff in my book. Mm-hmm. I had a couple of people that came to me and asked me not to mention their names, and I'm not. I would never do that. I'll go to my grave with it. I'm not that kind of person. When somebody tells me something, that's what I do. I go to my grave with it. If they don't want it to be out, I'm not gonna say anything. But somebody told me that they starved my niece to death. Yes. It was a certain person that worked in that facility. And they said that since they've been there, Bobby Christina hadn't had even a drink of water. They had even taken the bag that was on her side that food was going into. They took that away from her. Yes. And literally starved her to death until she closed her eyes. And that was sick. And I did everything in my power to stop it. But every time I fought, I got pushed away. And another thing that I wanna say, my brother had hired security at that time for Chrissy's bedside. Bobby did the best he could to protect his daughter. But my only thing is, I don't know if it was me, and I'm not saying this to say anything, but my son had gotten stabbed before, and I stayed by his bedside. I did not go anywhere because I didn't want anybody to do anything to him. I was my son's security. I had other security there, but I took baths there. I ate there. I never left my son's side because I wanted to make sure that I protected him. But Bobby's security told me that every time your brother leaves, because at that time, just so happened, Bobby was on tour. And I'm not blaming him for being on tour, but who set these tours up for my brother while his daughter was in hospice? Who would do that? Alicia? A great time to get him out of Chrissy's face, huh? While she's in hospice? Bobby spent a lot of time, coming and going. So, but he made he laid down some rules and said, I don't want anybody going in that room unless it's 2 people at a time with my daughter. And we all respected it. Of course, you have to. 2 people, me and Tina were the 2 that were going in to see Chrissy at that time. But Bobby Security told me that every time your brother leaves, Pat goes in there by herself. She spent an awful lot of time by herself with Bobby Christina. So it's no telling what happened. What happened. And I relayed this to my brother and told him, this is what happens when you leave. It was just too careless. Poor Bobby Christina. I did everything I could to protect her. Everything. And as far as Whitney goes, and I want to say this, I'm not coming after anybody. I'm not coming after anybody. Because I'm at a point right now where I want to let this thing go. I'm tired. I'm writing a book. And after that, I'm leaving it alone. I don't, I'm not money hungry. I don't want anybody's money. I don't need anybody's money. God, Allah, is sufficient for me. I don't need anybody's money. I'm not that kind of person. So I'm not a money hungry person. So I'm going to write this book and I'm going to be done with it. I'm going to be done. But I'm going to touch on some stuff that happened. And Ray J did some things that makes me question, were you involved? Because you did a terrible thing to Chrissy at that time. And I want to know what your motive was for doing what you did, giving her what you gave her. Because we all know the results of what happened after that. So, Ray J, I love you, brother, as a brother. You're my brother. I don't hate you. I don't hate you. I don't hate your mother, your sister. You all are my family. But when we do things, we have to be accountable for what we do. I'm not God. No. I'm just a person that I'm seeking justice for my sister and niece. I'm not saying that you murdered anybody. I'm not saying that Pat murdered anybody. I'm not saying that Nick murdered anybody, but I know what Nick did. I know what Nick did. Yes. And I know what Pat has done to Whitney. I know what she's capable of. And it's not good. But does that make somebody a murderer? No, it doesn't. But did you play a part in it? Did you play a part in it? Yes or no? We'll probably never know that. But I have to stand. I have to stand and I have to tell my truth. I'm not I'm not no big bad person, but I'm not no big scary cat either. So, I believe in God. And I want everybody to know people are worried about me. But let me say this. I'm going to tell you where I get my faith from, my strength, my courage. I get it from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. If you look at him and you see a man that is so righteous, so loyal, and so true to everything that he does, what backs him? God. God. God cannot take care of you and back you if you're wrong. He's not. He won't do that. So I look at Farrakhan and I say, if God can protect him, he'll protect me too, because I speak the truth. I'm not a perfect person, though. I have many faults. I have many faults. Leolah is not perfect. But the one thing that I am not is a murderer. I would never try to take somebody's money and murder them for something that belongs to them. That is outrageous. No. Mm-mm. And so you have to look at me and say, well, what if it was, you have to put yourself in my shoes and say, what if it was your niece or your sister? What would you do? What would you do? See, God has raised me up like this, not raised me up. I'm not up nowhere. I'm just saying, brought me forth so that I can tell my truth, being unafraid because of the faith that I have in him. Because he wants to show this world that when you have faith in God, and I do, I have faith, I have undying faith. As my mother used to tell me, she cried to me one day and said, Lily, my God, you have unwithering faith for Allah. And I do. I'm not perfect. I'm sure that I have many faults that I need to repent with God. Yes, I strive every day of my life. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about God, Master Farad Muhammad. That's the God that I believe in. And there's not a day that goes by that I don't think of him and his messenger, the man that I believe to be Jesus, that I know is Jesus, the honorable minister, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and the honorable minister Louis Farrakhan is the only one that is going to lead us to God. I don't care what we know, what we think we know, what we believe. These are facts. So that's where I get my faith from. I watch him. I watch Minister Farrakhan, and I get my strength from him. And I know that he serves a righteous and true God. I know this. I'm not just a believer. I know this. So you see, I have faith in Allah. He will protect me. And if he doesn't, then that means that I'm just not going to be protected. And it'll be my time. It'll be my time to go. We all have to leave here sometime. We cannot stay here forever. No. There's two things that you're guaranteed when you come in this world, and one is you being who you are, and you are surely going to go out. So when we do, my brother Tommy used to always tell me, choose your wars. Pick your battles carefully. And I have done that. I have done that. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm not. I'm not doing anything to anybody but speaking the truth. And so if anything shall happen to me, then it would be God's will. But I don't think it's God's will for anything to happen to me. No, I haven't done anything to anybody. I can't do anything to anybody. But I can speak the truth. I can talk about what I know. I pray that these people get help. I really pray that they get help and just find peace with God. Because Whitney and Bobby Christina were good people. They took away two good, great people in my life that meant a lot to me. And that's painful to have to live each day and walk around knowing that they have been murdered. And I'm the only one standing up for them. I don't know why nobody else chooses to stand up. I can't speak for everybody else. Some people say that I should shut up. I shouldn't do this. But see, I'm not weak. I come from a family, and I'm going to keep it real with you all. I come from a family that we are so used to sweeping everything under the rug because we were taught to do that. But I don't live like that anymore. That's not who I am. That's not who I am. I don't care about what anybody thinks about, whatever's the truth is the truth. We don't always have to run away from the truth. And I'm talking to my family and Whitney's family. Actually, I talk more to Whitney's family than I do my own. They stand by me. Mostly all of Whitney's family stand by me. Now, I will say, I have some family members on the Brown side that have asked me to keep going and never stop. So I do have Browns in my corner, of course. But I think we all, as a family, when we have tragedy like this, we should all come together and fight for what's right, being unafraid. Because if we're going to say that we believe in God and we call ourselves Christians or Muslims, it doesn't matter. There's only one God. Then we have to show God that we don't fear anyone but him. Because otherwise, we are fake Christian or fake Muslim. Because you're not fearing God like you should. You're fearing people. And I don't fear anybody. Leolah doesn't have to be that way. I don't choose to be that way. And God damn it, if I have to go out that way like that, then so be it. But I don't think God is going to allow that. No, not the God that I serve. He will protect me because my faith is with him and not man. So don't worry about me. What we need to worry about is the people that did this to our family members. Have they gotten peace with God? Because something's very wrong with a system that allows this to happen. Whitney had too many bruises on her, you all. She had too many bruises. I took her pictures to somebody, and when I say pictures, I mean the coroner's pictures. It's like a picture of a shape of a person, and they pointed out where the scars were on Whitney's body. And I took those pictures to a friend of mine that lives in Buckhead, Georgia. And she's a kickboxer. She does that for a living. And she looked at those pictures and said, Leolah, you see this? You see those scars on Whitney's legs? You see those? Those are probably kicks. She said Whitney fought for her life. She fought for her life. I knew that Whitney fought for her life. Whitney's cousin called me during the time that we were viewing the body, and when we went to New York to view the body. I didn't go. At that time, I was dealing with a lot of stuff. Barbara Walters at that time was calling me, trying to get me to come in and sit down with her. And I was willing to do it, but they were not willing to be patient with me and speak with my attorney. So I didn't do it. I said, no, I'm here for a funeral. I'm not here to play games and try to get on TV and sit down and get in front of everybody to be seen. No, I was really mourning my sister. So I never did the Barbara Walters show, but she asked me to, and I turned it down. So I'm not money hungry. For those of you that thought I was, no, not Leolah. I have turned down millions of dollars. You don't know my story. You don't even know me. You don't even know me. I'm so far from that. Money don't mean nothing to me. Nothing at all. Yes, I do love money. I need it. We all need it. It's a necessity. It is something that this world demands of us. So everybody needs money. Money is something that you can't get by. You can't get away with going about in this world and not needing money to spend money. But no, I don't need monetary gains for something like that. No, no. But back to Whitney. She had a bruised up face. Her face was swollen. And her cousin called me crying, saying, "My God, her face is swollen. Somebody hit her." Mm-hmm. Because she saw the body. She went into the funeral home and viewed it. And I didn't go. I just couldn't see her like that because I knew something was wrong. I knew that somebody had did that to Whitney. We live in a wicked world, you all. This is a wicked world. And everybody does things for different reasons. Everybody has a different agenda, and the agendas of today are strange. It's like, I don't care anymore. It's so many people walking around with that I don't care attitude. Money will move people very quickly. And it's so sad because you have no idea how God wants to bless you. God wants to bless you. He wants to bless you without all that. So I just, like I said, I hope that we repent. The people that did this to Whitney and Bobby Christina. Everybody knows what they did. Some other things went down. That's not what took. Nick didn't kill Chrissy. Mm-mm. No, Bobby Christina was starved to death. Hmm. She was starved to death. And that's the sad part. Why would you all starve my niece to death like that? How can you let that go on? She suffered. She suffered. Okay, let me look at some questions. Did you view Whitney's body? Well, like I said, somebody mentioned that Whitney didn't have a closed casket, but she did. At the funeral, that casket was closed. Now, I don't know about anything else, but while I was sitting there, her casket was closed. I hate how they made Bobby look in the movie. Yeah, that Bobby's movie wasn't it was so much missing from my brother's movie. A lot, a lot, a lot. But my mother asked me to finish her book that she was doing, and I'm working on that. And I'm also working on a movie that my mother was writing. Um, and I'm almost finished with that. It's a great movie. My mother shared that with me and asked me to put that, if I could put that out, if anything happened to her, to make sure that movie got out. And I'm working on that now. So I wish you were my sister-in-law. I love my Bobby to death. Oh, I love you too, Laurel Brand Tori. I am your sister. I'm your sister. We might not be blood, but I am your sister. Okay. To the Houston and Brown family. Thank you. Thank you. I do. I love my family on both sides. I love them to death. Because we're all hurting. We're all hurting. But what I wish that we could all, for the sake of Whitney and Chrissy, come together. But I know that's not going to happen because I want to say this to you all. it's very sad that you have family members that want to see you gone. That's sad. I have some people that don't like me. And I don't know why, but it's always been that way. I don't know what it is about. I have never done anything to anybody. I have never done anything to anybody. Not intentionally. Not intentionally. No. And if anybody could ever think of anything that I've ever done to them, stand. Talk about it. But I've never done anything malicious or evil to nobody. So I've done foolish things when I was a child in school to some people. You know how you are when you're a kid clowning around. Yes. But I'm not a wicked person, and everybody knows that. I'm known for being a peacemaker in my family. I am. But it's very sad that some people have people in their families that really want to see them gone, and they don't care. They really just don't care. And that's sad. That is so sad because we shouldn't be that way. That's an evil way to be, that's a wicked way to be and say that you love God. How can you love God when you are right in front of your brothers and sisters and you show no love? See, that's impossible. We have to learn to love each other. And I hope that all the things that have happened to Whitney, I hope that those that did things to her, I hope that you are repentant today. I'm praying for you. I pray that you get better. I pray that you get better because Whitney told me a lot of stuff. A lot of things happened to her when she was younger. A lot of things. Oh, and at some point we have to heal. We have to heal. We have to be willing to want to heal. Otherwise, where are we going? We're going to go to hell if we don't get it right. Do you think the same person murdered Whitney and Bobby? Well, my thing is, Nick was present during Bobby Christina's murder, and so was Pat on both. Both of them were present during both. So if both of them were present at both times, I mean, somebody should know something. I mean, it just doesn't seem right to me. It doesn't seem right at all. Not with what I know. Like I said, I got to save stuff for the book. I can't give, I want to talk so much. I want to just, oh, you don't know how bad I want this book out. I wanted to do it in a video where I'm just talking to you guys, like, and I just put the whole book right there in your face, just talking to you. But I was advised not to do that. So, yep. Okay. Wait, okay. Are you planning on coming to New York? Yeah. Yes. My management company, we have an office in New York. T Hot. T Hot's on with us. He's from New York. Ames Management has a company in New York, Denver, and Chicago. So we're doing a lot of things. They have a lot of things planned for me. And so you guys are going to be seeing a whole lot of me soon. I've seen you with Whitney multiple times. You're legitimate. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And who said that? Thank you so much. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah, people don't like people who can see through their bullshit, Leola. That's right. Yes, Keisha, you're absolutely right. And a lot of people don't like me because I'm so real, Keisha. I'm so real and straight up. And sometimes I'm too real, you know. Sometimes I'm too real. But I can't help that. I love truth. That's all. I just love truth. And I'm not perfect. Okay. Keep telling your truth, yes. Yes, I'm trying to answer you all's question. Were you at? No. Amen. Family prays together, stays together. That's right. I know who. Okay, if nobody got you, and if nobody is on your side, I'm here. I will fight for justice with you. Yes, I'll do whatever it takes. I love you so much, Leolah Brown Muhammad. You're such a strong, beautiful black woman. I give you props. Thank you, Bag Chaser K. Thank you so much. Oh my God, you all have no idea what I have to go through, and I'm just trying to do right. It is so sad. It is so sad because if my mother was here, my mother would be doing the same thing, and everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Thank you so much, Bag Chaser. Yes, and I may need you. Okay. I saw the documentary and Whitney was molested. Whoa. Yeah, there's a lot of things that happened to Whitney when she was younger, unfortunately. Um, I wonder if Bobby Christina's Nick was never her husband. Santino Floetry Hendricks. He was never her husband. They never got married. No, they had never gotten married. God bless you, Miss Leolah. Thank you, Nicole Marie. Um, Shamika, Eagles, Diva, Miss Leolah Brown, Muhammad, I feel so bad for you, love. You have to carry that in your heart every day, wishing you strength and may justice be served. Yes. Thank you, Shamika. And that's the thing. That's why I want to get this away from me. I don't want to carry this anymore. I'm so ready. But and I just told my manager today, this morning, it's like Whitney is right here with me right now. I told her just before I came on, I said I had a moment. I have something that belongs to Whitney with me. And I don't know why I have it. It's just with me everywhere I go. And it's not like I'm trying to keep it with me, but it's with me. It's a Gucci bag. And my God, I was looking at it. I was getting teary-eyed this morning. And I was thinking, just thinking out loud. I was sitting there and Whitney just came in my head and said, I'm here, dog. I'm here with you. I ain't going nowhere. You see, I'm still here. And I looked directly at the bag and it was like, I mean, I'm not a spooky person, but that's what happened. And I was like, wow. Who is Pat? Never heard of her. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm talking a lot about that in my book too, about how Pat came on board. Um, I was told by the Houstons because really when I was introduced to Pat, I was introduced to her by Gary, and she did not. When Gary introduced us, he said, "This is my sister Lily." He said, "Isn't she pretty? Isn't she pretty? I told you." And Pat looked at me like, and she didn't want to say hi to me, and I was like, "Wow." And I looked at, her, I said, "Hi." And then I kind of tapped Gary and said, "Stop, don't do that," because maybe he was making her feel bad. And I felt bad because I don't ever want anybody to feel like I look better than them or their man likes me or you know what I mean? That I don't like that. And I didn't feel good about that. So I felt bad. I was like, "Wow, don't say it again," because she was feeling really uncomfortable and she couldn't look at me, but she rolled her eyes. And that was the very first time I met her. She never wanted to talk to me, I guess, because Gary felt that I was, um, attractive, I guess. But ever since then, she just never, I guess, liked me. But I've never done nothing to her. Never. I used to even get upset with Whitney when Whitney used to call her names and stuff and tell me stuff about her. I would say, "Oh, Nippy, don't do that. Don't do that." And she would say, "Huh, you don't know her, you know." But I was told that she came around and she pushed her way on Gary. Yes, in the beginning. Gary was married to Monique. Monique is a beautiful person, Monique Houston. And she is like my sister. But Monique is I'm not saying she's holy, but she's one of the most holiest persons I know that's close to God and who walks a straight line. Monique is that girl. And she's very spiritual, she's very in tune with God. And Pat did an evil thing and came in and really like just in a terrible way separated them two. That was wrong. That was so wrong. I'm talking about that in my book. Yeah, but Pat was found coming around, and Whitney threw her off her tour bus and told her, "Why are you following us? Who got this girl on the tour bus? Get off!" And kicked her off the tour bus. But they said Pat kept coming back, kept coming back. She was on a mission. She was on a mission to get with Gary and get in that family. That's what that's about. I strongly believe that. Hmm. But we're all human. We're all, we're all human, and we all deserve respect. But if you're doing things maliciously, I mean, the truth is the truth. That you came in there wrong. You came in there wrong, and you should have never, ever done what you done. I know about all of the things that you've done, darling. And that's why Whitney wrote that in her will. She said she wasn't paying for certain things. She said she wasn't paying for certain things. She said there's certain things she wasn't paying for, like insurance policies. Hmm. Excuse me for 1 minute, guys. Yeah, insurance policies. Whitney wasn't paying for that. She talked about it. She talked about it, and so, and there's a reason for that. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that Whitney went through. A lot of stuff. We're going to get into it. I want the authorities to make an arrest and stop playing, because you all, even the authorities, you all have daughters, you have sisters, you have mothers, you have family, you have daughters. What if your daughter was found in a bathtub? And I'm saying this to the authorities. What if it was your daughter? You would not, Nick would have been arrested. Yes, Nick would have went down for that. How do you not give Bobby Christina justice? How do you not give Whitney justice? All that Whitney gave this country, all that she did for this country, and you don't give her just justice. Why? I think that's very sad. Julie Sykes. Hi, Julie. We believe in you, Leolah. Pat knows you are a threat to her. Praying we get justice for Nippy and Chrissy. Yes. Yes. I'm not a threat, though. I'm not. I'm not a threat to anybody. I'm not. I'm not somebody that anybody needs to be jealous of. I'm not all that good looking. I mean, come on. You know, my father used to say, everything that shine ain't gold, but I am gold. Trust me, I'm gold. I have a good heart, and actually, my beauty is within far more than it is on the outside. I believe that I'm a beautiful person. I am. I don't like people that get jealous of other. I've had too many people jealous of me, and they don't know I could have been their best friend. I'm not the person you want to be jealous of, because I'm loyal to anybody I'm if you're family or friends, I'm gonna be loyal to you. And I'm loyal to the end. Any man that's out there, and I can count them on my one hand that I've been with in my whole entire life, will tell you I'm a loyal woman. I'm just a loyal person. And I don't think any man that's ever been with me has anything bad to say about me. Seriously. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. I mean, I'm not a bad person at all. It's only one person that left me and did me wrong, and that was my ex-husband. Oh yeah. Yep. He left me during the time that that Whitney was killed. Yes, my husband left me. That's another thing I was going through that nobody knew I was going through. He had left me and abandoned me. Yep. But we'll get into all that later. Somebody said I need this book. Yes, I'm going to get this book out. My manager and I are doing that now. So you will have it soon. I promise. I'm trying to get it out to you very, very soon. I mean, it's been ready forever. It's been ready. I just gotta, and let me talk about that for a second. The book, I had a company that had come on board and pretended, I guess. I'm going to say pretend because right now, that's what it seems to me, that they played me and pretended like they wanted to do a contract with me. They signed a contract with me to give me $600,000 up front. And I would have the $600,000 within 2 weeks. 2 weeks turned into 3 weeks. And then 3 weeks turned, and it went on and on and on. So my attorney told me not to put the book out. He said, do not put that book out because they are not adhering to the contract. They was not living up to what they said they would do. So I couldn't. I was stuck. I couldn't release the book, under, not orders, but that I took the advice of my attorney. He said, don't put the book out. So the contract is up, and they are not going to get anything. I was going to give them 25% of the sales that I made of the book. That was the deal. But they get nothing now because they never came forth. And I don't know who they were. They could be somebody that Pat sent my way. See, this is what I mean. And I want everybody to know, when I'm very careful with you, don't take it in a bad way. I have to be that way because I don't know. I don't know when you come and say you want to be my friend. I've had people come and say that, but they've been sent by Pat or somebody else, from what I believe. So I can't, I love befriending people. I'm a people person, but I have to be careful. I have to be careful that, things happen. God will deal with all who were involved in this in his time, and I believe that. But we all can pray and help our sister Leolah out to get the truth out. I've called bullshit on this today. Whitney passed too many untruths and stories that did not add up. Exactly. I mean, common sense. Hey, Joey. Hey, Joey. Hey, Joey. Gianni. Joey, that's my boy, Joey. Will you be doing an autobiography? Is that what you're saying, Joey? Audio book for the book as well. Yes. Yep. Joey, yes, I am. I'm going to be doing that. Yes, I am, Joey. Definitely. It's good to see you too. Taylor May, your accent, it looks like Alicia was waiting around for Bobby to break up with Whitney. It looks like that. But I want to say this, because it breaks my heart. Somebody asked me, was I invited to my brother Bobby's party? And no, I wasn't invited. And I talked to my manager about this morning, and I told her, I said, I'm going to talk about it because it's time to get stuff off my chest. You know, I'm not Superwoman, and I can't hold things all the time. Some things hurt, and I'm not hurt. I don't care nothing about a party. I wasn't invited. No, but I'm more hurt that I want to be a sister to my brother. I want us to be brother and sister. And it's like everybody comes and they divide and conquer my family all the time. And they allow it. And I can see through people. I can see what they do. And when I try to talk to, and not just my brother, family about it, they don't understand. But I'm going to tell you why I wasn't invited. Because BET gave a dinner for us during the time they were doing the movie, Bobby's movie. And we all went out to the dinner. And I was sitting there minding my business, talking to my nephews and everybody. We was all at a table. And the girl that played Alicia on Bobby's movie, she walked over to me and she said, Lily, can I speak to you for a minute? I said, sure. And I went to the side with her and she said, I'm having to do this part that I don't like. And I wanted to ask you, when did you all meet Alicia? Because I'm not feeling comfortable with the part that I'm doing. And I said, and I'm saying in my mind, what does that have to do with anything? Well, you're playing a movie. Just do what they tell you to do. But I didn't. I just said, and I did not know Alicia. I had never met Alicia. But 2 days before the dinner, I was told, and I don't want to mention this person's name because I don't want to get this person in trouble. I was told, Alicia's name came up, and I said, well, they were laughing and talking about her. And I said, well, where did she come from? And they said, you don't remember? You don't know where she come from? They were like, no, you don't, because you wasn't on the tour. Bobby's first tour, and I wasn't on his first tour when he was with New Edition. It was Bobby and New Edition, and I was busy doing my own thing. But this person said to me, Alicia came around and she, I guess, was back then a groupie. This is their words. They said they said she was a groupie. And she came around and I guess she was talking to Bobby, and they said that Bobby would go to the next city and he would say his goodbyes to her or whatever, because she was always with girls. They said it was a group of girls that, you know how you have fans. Well, I'll say fan. She was a big fan, and they said that, Bobby, was talking. She liked Bobby. And so Bobby would deal with her or whatever. And then after that, Bobby would leave and say, okay, well, we're on tour. We're going to the next city. And they said that Alicia would pop up in every city. And I'm going, wow, really? At a young age like that? Like, who was sponsoring her trips? Because that's weird to me that a young girl can travel like that and follow somebody on the road. So I'm like, wow. And I didn't think nothing of it. But, they said the word groupie. They said she was a groupie in the beginning. I don't know this because I wasn't on tour with them. But this person is a reliable source. They were. So I forgot about that, went to the dinner. And then when I was asked from the girl that's playing her, she said, when did you meet Alicia? And I said, well, I met her after she married my brother. I didn't know her. I said, but I heard. She said, well, where did she come from? Because I said, well, what part are you saying you're uncomfortable with? She said to me, I'm uncomfortable. There's a part that I have to do that it's a scene where Bobby's saying bye to her. And she's saying, bye, baby. And they're young. She said, I didn't think that she knew Bobby when Bobby was young. And I said, I didn't either. I said, but I heard that, when you're younger, in the beginning, she was coming around. She was one, like a groupie, a fan, but I honestly, God is my witness. I said this so innocently because I was not talking about her at all. I was just trying to explain how it was explained to me, because I didn't know what to say to her. And I said, I said they were young, they were younger, and she used to follow him around from city to city. And that's how they started, they were, got to know each other in the beginning. And then I guess when they got older, she was still coming around. And, so she said, oh God. So, and but I'm so upset because, and I wasn't even going to talk about this, but my brother, I went to take my nephew to where he was at one point, he in Atlanta, and I went to drop him off, and my brother comes out and asks me, Bobby said, why did I said, hey, he said, hey, I said, he said, I want to speak to you for a minute. I said, sure. We went to the side, and I was happy to see him because I hadn't seen him. And my other brother had just hugged me and kissed me and told me he loved me, and said some really nice things to me. And so we were talking, and Bobby walks up and says, come here for a minute. And I went to the side, and he says, why did you call my wife a groupie? And I had to literally think for a minute. I said, a groupie? I didn't call. I said, oh. He said, why did you tell the producer that my wife was a groupie? And I had to think for a minute. I said, I didn't tell no producer that your wife, but let me say this. This is what people are doing to my family, you all. This is what people are doing to my family. They're trying to divide and conquer us. Like, who wants to set a brother up to make my brother mad with me? For what? For what? Because we're a strong family. My mother raised us to love each other and to stand strong with each other regardless to what we go through. He got highly upset with me, and I couldn't even explain. It was over. He blew up and went bananas. And I said, Bobby, calm down. That is not what happened. I said, can we talk as a family? Can we talk, brother? I said, I want to talk to you. I think we should all sit down as a family, as a matter of fact. But that is not how it was said. And I didn't say anything to a producer. No, the girl that played Alicia came up to me and asked me questions about her. And I gave the best of the best. I did the best I could do by describing how you met her. I did not know. I was just answering a question. So I'm really hurt behind that. So that's why I didn't get invited to the party. And this happened during the time they were shooting the movie last year. And I had been trying to reach out to him, call him, and ask him to, forgive me. Then if I hurt you like that, I have been a groupie before. My God. Everybody, when we like an artist, you can be a groupie when you're young. You don't know. So, but I didn't mean any harm. I didn't. And I wasn't talking about Alicia in a malicious way. I never have. I never have. But I don't know. There's just so much anger. There's so much anger there with my brother, with me, with that. And my sister tried to calm him down and tell him that, this is your sister Leolah. She said, this is what she told me. She said, we're family, and that's your sister, and you're obligated. God gave you her as a sister, and you're obligated to have a relationship with your sister. He said, no, I'm not. He said, I'm not obligated to anybody but my wife. So Bobby's idea of family is, and that's fine. The Bible says when a man and woman comes together, they are to be together. They are one. They are family. And that's how I have always, always rolled. And everybody knows me. I condone that. You be the husband to your wife. But don't allow your wife to come in our family and because there are some terrible things that I'm going to talk about in this book. I'm so sorry. I have to reveal it. That your wife has done to this family. And then when you try to get back with your family and make up with me, she's always right there telling you, no, don't do it. Something is wrong with that, Bobby. You have to listen. You have to understand who we are. My mother worked very hard to keep us together. Very hard. My mother and my father. My mother, she made a lot of sacrifices to keep us strong. My mother and my father. And I'd be damned if I let somebody come in and ruin what my mother and father have built and what they made. Oh no, you don't get to do that. You do not get to do that. My mother suffered trying to keep us together. She suffered. And it's wrong to tell a brother that he should not talk to his sister anymore. That's wrong. You don't do that. And you all that are women out there, I have tried to tell Bobby this. I said, Bobby, anybody that tries to tell you not to love your family and not be brotherly and sisterly with your family. Anybody trying to take you away from that, it's not good. It's not good. Any man that I've ever been with in my life, I have always loved his family and friends. Because you love him, you want to show him that you're a good woman, and you're going to love everything he loves. A woman that loves a man loves everything about that man, including his friends. And that's true. If you don't love him, you'll respect him at least. So Bobby just has never been loved before. He hasn't. I'm sorry. He doesn't know what love is, and that's why I pray for him. And I say that in a good way. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I don't believe that he knows what love is, because Bobby has been in the business since he was a child. So everybody that he's been with got with him after the fact that he was an entertainer. So I don't think he understands what love really is. When somebody loves you, they don't do those things. They don't treat you like that, and they don't treat your family like that. They don't do that. I can see if your family is disrespectful and they're treating people wrong, okay, then your wife has every right to do what she has to do. But nobody's done anything to her. Nothing. And that's what I don't understand. So, and I cried, because I'm hurt. I mean, I'm a good person. I'm not a person that you don't want to speak to me. I mean, I haven't never done anything to you. I've always been there for my brother, always protected him, always. I've always been a good sister. I've never done anything wrong to any of my siblings. I have tried to be the best sister that I could to any one of them. And if you ever hear anything different, it's very untrue. So there you have it. That's why I have not done anything to Bobby. Nothing. So that's why I didn't get invited to the party, I guess. But I don't care nothing about a party. I'm worried about too many other things right now. So a party to me is really it's okay. I would have rather been able to bend in and say happy birthday to my brother, you know. But it's okay. God knows I still love him, and I'll always love him. But I have to speak the truth. I can't make somebody else my God and do things because you think I should do them. I have to do things according to the Spirit, how I feel the Spirit is moving me. That's how Leolah is. I can't be no other way. And I know some of them are probably looking at me right now saying all kinds of things. But you and I are two different people. I choose to live my life this way. And I'm not doing anything wrong. In fact, I am doing everything right. You would be wrong to say I'm wrong. Yeah, I can't either, Sonia. Sonia said I can't relate to the sister and brother and his wife thing. It hurts. Yeah, it hurts me too. I don't understand it. I don't. I have never done anything. I've always protected my brother. Or even from the time we were younger, I've always been there. I would kill a brick about Bobby. There's some people that can tell you I fought boys. You know, I've never done anything to my brother. I have always had his back. Always. Always had his back. Always. Never done anything wrong. So I don't know. But that's it. It is what it is. You know, and that's the truth. I just hope that one day he will wake up and see that, you know, I'm not his enemy. I'm not anybody's enemy. I'm not anybody's enemy. All I am doing is caring about two people that were murdered, and I want to see some justice for. That's it. That's it. And if it was you, if it was any one of my siblings or my friends, I would do the same thing. If something happened to you and your family came and got me and said, Leolah, I need your help, I'm going to do what's right because that's Leolah. I'm not interested in what the world thinks or what the world wants me to be for them. I can't. No, that's not who I am. I'm going to take some more questions. Where is your other sister? My sisters are they're around. They're here. I ask God to give you strength, guide you the way. Yes, yes. Do I think Pat is a tranny? No, I don't think so. I don't think Pat is a tranny, and she's not that. No, she's not that. She's a woman. She's not a tranny. How many brothers do I have? I have three brothers. Herbie Jr., our oldest brother. He's the first, and then Tommy Brown and Bobby. We had two. I would have had five, but um, we had two brothers that died. They were twins. They would have been older than all of us. Hmm. I don't mean to be offensive or anything, but at least you don't have anything on Whitney. You know, inside and out, Whitney and Bobby should have worked out, man. Yeah, I mean, I think that I really believe that somebody, somebody, they didn't want Bobby and Whitney together. I'm gonna save that for the book. I was getting ready to say something, but I don't want to do that. Yeah, it's sad. A lot of people didn't want to see Bobby and Whitney together, but that was too bad. They loved each other. Um, yeah, sometimes you have to love people from afar, and that's easy for me to do. I can because I am. I don't like drama and chaos and stuff, and I'm a peaceful person. If you're not bringing peace in my area, I don't allow you in. And today I'm even more. I'm like, if I smell trouble, I get out the way. You know, if I'm on the phone with you and you sound like you going there, I gotta go. Sorry, I'm not gonna invite that evil in my circle anymore. I have, I have to tell you all. I just found out I have high blood pressure. Yes, I would have never thought in a million years that I would have high blood pressure. Oh my God, I've been so stressed out, worrying, and I don't need high blood pressure. No. So I got to take it easy. I got to take it very easy because I'm a healthy person. Other than that, and I want to, that's why I said I'm going into a fast because I want to be here. I want to be here. Not because of anything else. I don't have, and let me say this, I don't have an interest to do things like everybody else. Everybody has their, I want to do this and I want to do that. You know what my desire is? To live out the will of God and whatever that is that He has for me to do. That's what I want to do. It ain't even about me. It ain't even about me. It is about those coming after and me setting a good example for my children and my children coming after. That's what I do. That's why I do what I do. It's not about me no more. Yep. I'm going to answer some more questions. Chrissy was a little upset with Alicia. Did she keep Bobby from dealing with her? Chrissy was very upset. Chrissy was. She was because she couldn't get her dad to see that. She couldn't get her dad to see that, Chrissy thought she couldn't spend time with her father unless Alicia was there. Chrissy could never spend time with her father. And Alicia, when she was there, and she looked at Chrissy, it was always, Alicia gives everybody the eyes. She rolls her eyes at everybody in the family. I'm not just saying this. This is true. And I don't know why she does it. Everybody's her enemy in the family. She doesn't want to be friends with anybody. All that fake stuff that you see with her smiling, and that's all. And my family know this. They know this. I hope she gets better. Maybe it's a phase she was going through. I don't know. But how many years have they been married now? So I don't know. I'm praying. I want everybody to have peace. I want peace for everybody. But we have to come to the table and talk about this. And everybody has to tell each other, look, this is how you pinched me. And let it be known so that nobody gets pinched anymore. Nobody can talk to Bobby about his wife. She's the way she is, and he's like, that's it. He protects her. And every man is supposed to protect their wives. You're supposed to. But when they're doing wrong, that's different. That's so much different. You don't do that when your wife is wrong. We have to sit down as a family and talk about our wrongs and make it right. Because we're not each other's enemy. There's a greater, bigger enemy. Well, the biggest enemy is in ourselves, but there's a bigger one out there too. There's a big, great one coming. Okay? That I'm going to talk about too. I got a lot of videos coming out. I'm going to be Miss YouTube in a minute. I'm telling you. Because I have a lot to share with the world. But, my God, I'm going to get this book out to you all first. And then I'm going to worry about that. Let's see. I'm trying to answer you all's questions. What else? What else did I want to mention to you all? I wanted to mention I think I covered everything, well, as much as I could with Whitney. Um, like I said, I just do not understand how they got in her room. Um, I just don't understand that when she had security and they do 12-hour shifts. Something's very wrong with that. hmm Something's very wrong with that. And then, Ray J, I don't know what you were in that room for, brother, that day, but I pray that you have repented with God for what you did to Chrissy. Because when that ambulance came there to get her, it wasn't because of her. That wasn't because of her mother. That was behind what you did. hmm Yeah, I know everything that happened, Ray J. And for you to get on national TV and tell people that Leolah's a liar, I wasn't there. Leolah wasn't there. I wasn't there. You were there, Ray J. Why did you lie? And I mean, I didn't accuse you of murder. So why did you lie and say I wasn't there? For what reason are you going to lie about that for? See, I don't understand. What is going on? Why did you why did you say that you wasn't there when you were? What do you have to hide? That's what I don't get. And then you running out with your head covered. And you're saying that wasn't you. Yes, it was. Come on now. No. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. But we're going to get into it. I'm going to be done with it. I'm going to tell the truth and I'm done. I'm done. I'm not dealing with this anymore. Whatever happens, happens. I'm making my peace with God and I'm asking God to give me peace with it, whether we get justice or not. But I don't believe that we're not going to get justice. I believe that what I'm doing will get them justice. But just in case, I've got peace. hmm Because I know God and I know how he's cut everybody. Everybody got to face it. You're going to see him. He gonna see you. He don't play. That's one man you can't get by. You must reap what you sow. The universe is obligated to give us back what we put in it. So you see, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. But like I said, God, I believe that God has raised me as a sign to show people, to teach people that when you are supposed to speak the truth, you should speak it. And you should fear none but God. None but God. I don't care about what anybody thinks about. If you want to come for me, for what? Come. I can't tell you come. I can't tell you to stay. Do what you feel. May God be with you and me. But I don't fear anybody but God. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. I fear none but God. I'm sorry. I don't have it in me to fear anything. I can't help who I am. God made me this way. I don't fear anybody but him. I can't. So you do with me what you want. If anybody has any thoughts in their mind, just do what you feel. I can't stop you, but I know who can. I know who can stop you because there's a God on the scene today, and he's present. He's not a spook God. No, we're not dealing with that kind of God. He's not a spook God. He's real. Okay, you all. I think my battery's going dead. I'm not going to just shut this off. I just looked at it and it's going down. So I need to answer another question. You look good, girl. Thank you. Do I? I have been I told you I have high blood pressure. So Dr. Jolly and I are doing some things. He's helping me with my high blood pressure. You know, I'm an herb person, so I got to take herbs. I resort to herbs, 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 herbs all day long. Yes, and I wanted to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to my manager, Antoinette. I love you, darling. You're my angel. I believe Whitney sent this woman to me. Antoinette, she is that in everything. When I tell you my manager is bad, she's a bad one. Oh, yes. I don't know a manager in this country as bad as the one I got. We doing some things. She's got a lot of things going for me. Trust me, and it's just the beginning. And she's putting a lot of work in. Yes. So I want to give a shout out to her. Antoinette Ames, Antoinette Crowley from Ames High Management, and T Hot, Angelique, and NP. It's part of my folks. Shout out to all of you all, and a shout out to Dr. Jolly Harris. I love you, my brother, and I know you tried. Poor man, he cried his eyes out. He cried his eyes out about Chrissy. And to this day, he's crying. That man really wanted to help Bobby Christina, and he proved it to them. He showed them that he was going to do something that would bring Chrissy back 100%. 100%. He was bringing Chrissy back. And Bobby was for it. Everybody was for it. But Pat jumps up and says, no, I want her dead. Basically, that's what she said. She said, no, kill her. Put Chrissy to sleep. And not only just put her to sleep, starve her for 2 weeks. Starve her for 2 months, whatever it was. Starve her. That's how she wanted her to go out, starving. Not just put her to sleep. Oh, boy, you wicked. Pat, let me tell you something. You have to be a person that don't believe in God. You got to be a person that don't believe in God, Pat. You have to be. Who could be that cruel and say that? Where is your heart, my sister? Oh, I feel so sorry for you. Your heart is so cold. How can you do that and say she don't deserve to live? Chrissy didn't give a damn about a song and a dance. She cared about her life. Chrissy would not want to live that way. Are you kidding me? Live what way? He said he was bringing her back 100%. And he showed you. He proved it. But that was too much like right for you, huh? Mm-hmm. Yep. Too much like right. You know what? There may be a part 3, you guys, because I know when I turn this thing off, I'm gonna say, oh man, it was something I wanted to tell you all. It was 3 or 4 things that I wanted to touch on. So I might have a part 3 for you all. Okay. Um Wait a minute. What was that? I can't. These things are going by so fast, you guys. I can't read them. Oh, I love you, sister. Just be strong. Yes, yes. I love you all too so much. I love you all so much. You have no idea how appreciative I am of you all standing by me. I need that. I need somebody to stand with me. Thank you all. And I'm gonna try to set something up so that we can all be together in one room. All of you that care for me, like me, love me, or just halfway like me, you can come to. Those of you that don't like me, come and sit down and talk with me. And I guarantee you, when you leave from talking with me, you will like me after that. Okay? And you can ask me anything you want. And I mean that. Those of you that don't even like me, come and tell me why you don't like me. Okay? And we'll work it out. We'll work it out. I promise you. Because I want God to bless you too. Trust me, I do. Because I know that, I don't know what reason you have, but I'm willing to settle the differences with you. It may be something that you may think of me. I don't know. But I don't bother anybody. I don't bother anybody. Trust me. Yes, Terrell. I love you, Terrell. Terrell is my son. Terrell Whitaker. That is my new son. I adopted him. He's going to be coming with me soon. I'm including him on this new show that I have. Yep, I said it, Terrell. Gwinnett, can I video chat with you sometimes? Oh, yes, I'm sure we can. Love and kisses to you and your family. Thank you so much, Gabrielle. Okay. I'm trying to see what else you all are saying. Julie Sykes, thanks for going live, Leolah. Much love and blessings, sis, all the way from here in England. Julie Sykes, she's way in England. Bye, Julie. Hopefully, I'll do a part 3, and maybe we can all, get to. I mean, if it's some questions that you all forgot to ask me, or yes, Bobby needs to wake up. Yes, Bobby Brown needs to wake up. Yes, he does. But just pray for my brother. Pray for him because I still love him. Whether he loves me or not, I still love him. And I tell him that. He texts me and some bad words, and I said, I love you. I still love you. Peace. I always do that. I'll come back with, look, I love you. I don't care what you say to me. I love you. So it's always going to be peace with me. Who? Renee. Will Smalls. What are you saying? Who are you talking about? Oh, wow. I don't know. I want to repeat that one. Okay. I think everybody, let me see. See if I can answer another question. We need a part 3. Okay. Yes, Joey. Yes. We do need a part 3. So we'll have a part 3. We will have a part 3. She wanted Barbie all to herself. Yes. Yes, T Hot. I think so too. And you know what? It's kind of normal for women to be like that with their husbands or men. That's okay. Some men want their woman to themselves. But the thing about it is it's okay to be that way, but don't be pathetic with it. Don't be, to the point where you're hurting others. That's where I have a problem at. Don't be that way. Because I've never been that way. Never. Never. Ever. I mean, I can't even imagine doing that to somebody, some man, making a man choose between his family like that. That's not good. A man can't do that. You don't make a man choose between his wife and his mother. Forget his sisters and brothers, not forget them, but you know what I'm saying. But your wife comes first all the time. Your wife comes first. Husband comes first. I know that because when I'm in a relationship with a man, I tell him, look, don't be no punk to nobody in my family. Be my husband. And if anybody disrespects you let them have it. They better respect you. I'm gonna stand with my husband, but we stand together as a peaceful unit. We don't look for trouble. We don't. But when you're wrong, you're wrong. Thank you, Rakitha. I love you no matter what you go through with your pain. Strong. God know your heart. Yes, he does. I will always stand by you, sister. Thank you, Gwinnett. Hi, LaRonda. Thanks to all of you all. I am so, so, so in love with you all. And I'm so grateful to God that you all have been here for me, really. It has been wonderful today. I was really tearing up and stuff, but I just let it flow. I just let it go. It's going to get better, though. It's going to get better because God is good. And we're going to pray for the best. We are going to pray for the best. Yes. All righty. So I guess I will see you guys on part 3. Everybody have a blessed and peaceful evening. I love all of you all. Good night.